the other leaders,
and
the people of Napak. Let Mama greet you, then I will also speak after that.
Matang Karamoja, Mata Napak. Oh, this is blessing. This is God's blessing. Please remember that. The rain is a blessing. I have been trying to remind the Karamoja that NRM is the government for Karamoja. God has used this president and the NRM government to bring the peace that is in Karamoja now and in the whole of Uganda. So all Ugandan adults have a responsibility to protect this peace and unity for the continuation of development of Uganda. That is why the movement manifesto says that we are to protect the gains and take a qualitative leap to the transformation of Uganda. Therefore, remember, all of you, please remember, we all have the responsibility to vote for this president and all the NRM leaders. So that God can build on what we do to truly transform Uganda for the good of all of us. God bless Napak, God bless Karamoja, and God bless Uganda.
Uganda.
Noi. Alakala noi.
I am a cattle keeper, I don't fear the rain. In Ntungamo, where I come from, we had both cows and crops. And when it rains and you abandon the cows to go and get shelter, the cows will go into people's gardens. And it's a very serious offense. They are showing you my cows. I've been looking after those cows since I was age of 4. I've been looking after those cows since the age of 4.
Abala atunguna ayakari ngevi ame wana karunga to manikani kauni ango mon ayakari ngevi ngabari ngatu.
Now I am here with Mama and members from the Central Committee and the NRM Secretariat to present to you the highlights of the manifesto of the NRM.
Abala nyevi nyetonga ngulu ke NRM ulu cholongita na kui ka nyezi aloti biama ikija tokona ngareni kui ka pei kan kariko ngulu ka pukan ngulu ke NRM dada.
The manifesto for 2026-2031.
Mona egirir ameuni ekaru logo olo ewere logo baka atomoni unike pei.
In that manifesto, we are covering in the last 40 years what we have done and what we intend to do. Then we now come to health. In the file here, there are some sub-counties with health center 3s. But you are right, we should have a government hospital in Napak. And the government and the sub-counties without health center 3 will get the health center 3. I have all the details here.
So
somebody come and dry up this. You can see Edeke has taken the reign. Edeke is called what in Karamoja? Huh? Aikuj. So Aikuj has taken the reign. Now, all this economic infrastructure, social infrastructure is part of the Actopol AQUAP. And that is contribution number 2. To Uganda. But I think you are a very good candidate for you to answer this question. There is now a tarmac road in Matany. But do you sleep on the tarmac road at night?
That no.
So where do you sleep?
They sleep in their houses.
Now, if you sleep in your house, that means even today from here you will go back to your house. And when you go back to your house,
apeina ani apa kita kayaknya bongore wani kai kurla kalia.
The Ichan you left in the morning will still be waiting for you'll find it will be waiting for you.
Abala ngichan mulu tete ani nyoni yongo bunla lo to yakadela kali. Iriamuni yo ke darito.
And it will say karibu nyumbani, tuko hapa, bado tuko hapa.
Ya madina ngichani abogoro ibonguni.
Each one will tell you that there is no sugar in the house.
Ani ki jawu to atamari abogo ibonguni ke marunete imone azukwari.
No paraffin, no light.
The
children don't have enough clothes.
And
so on and so forth. Therefore, the NRM was very clear from the other days when we were still students.
Adarakini ikachia ke baka atameta ngona ikote ngona kaza bakini nichani lugu.
Many readers were not clear.
Ikari ko ngula laka aba biria ke na atameta be de bagitonga krejo.
Even in the universities the teachers were not clear.
Tarikeji ngula jomyo neni eboko wani lo university. Tarinkata tamak wa de bagitonga kro.
They would talk of development.
Abadicha iruorodi agitopola kwap kidongo neni pay.
Yes, a tarmac road means development.
Kire ekolavi erai agitopola kwap ya unekolas.
In Mbarara, the tarmac road arrived there in 1963.
Mbarara magia aberunia kolavi ekarunga tomanikanika pia nyuni kolodek.
And there was a pipe to water in the towns.
Ayanga kipi mune kereta anapa ipoi ayagadela tauni.
And there were landline telephones in the towns.
Ayagadena bo ngavi mono da ngona iwana genta lo tauni.
But Ichan was very much in the villages.
Nai ngichaloi
so, from that time, in the 60s, I myself was very clear. I started telling people that our people in our area that you people make a distinction between Actopor aquap in our language, which they say Ntunguka, and Abaru.
Kita chaunai atamar nyera Actopola aquap kanyera ebari.
The Actopor aquap is ours. But Abaru or Ichan are yours, private and personal.
Ebari or Abaru Kangichan, Erai Yong Aninitunganan, Anakimikun, Anaperitikun.
Your Ichan is not my Ichan.
Iyo Ichan, iyo ule yakana na uyo koni, orilo rekoni, mama nyarai mulukeng.
And we were telling people, please prioritize Abaru.
Ali monoginyo apaki ediakita ngetunga atamari borerai kitana ya kitijoto no weke ngaren. Erai akipitun ebari.
Jesus taught us very well because he said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, the rest will be added unto you.
Ewana ingulu kiyeni no. Abu Yesu Kristo itatami ingulu akupeta ngakrokeng. kike utema ke waramono bari.
And we have been telling you that you people seek ye first homestead incomes, the rest will be added unto you.
Abala tokona mona ekwizi enare marupe pengina kate mari kizi chata mono ekali aloto amake pit e maili e bari todo de ngula shekro kuwa paketi.
And that was our message in the 60s, in the 70s, and when we came into the government from 1995, that was our message to all of you.
Abanyevi ngena pe alokaru angulu kolonga ki tari ngulu ngoni ule alokidi ngulu tari tokona erai e poroto e pei.
Now there are people who have listened to our advice.
Nai yange tunga ule apoto kira vinga krono go kricha.
Let me start with the ones in the cattle corridor of Western Uganda and Central Uganda who listened to our advice.
Abala na ito kana okangat tingwali kira
Amazina ninge George Matongo owangoma mugongo tuhano gwataka so ndukutaha murimo gwanje ndi murisa nteze mujya kureba nuko itandikira tatakanda gente bakubya talobo hagwashadana.
I will summarize for them later.
Meirisa zakanya nagura amataka nyuse nazo zankorera ibintu kwenda zashubiza abana bihereze natuzurho kabanza mu nyankore naje nahindura nk'umwata ngo nzungu nuko zahanye nanye nasunga atuzungwe zo ndisumute.
On our farm, we collect over 900 liters of milk per day, and a liter costs 800 shillings, which is approximately 21 million per month.
You show them that pail of milk.
And a liter.
Bring back the pail. You see how much milk? Let him continue.
Which is approximately 21 million per month.
Now, this man is not educated at all. He's a traditional Mnyankore like you fellows, the Karamojong. But they listen to our message. Of modern farming as opposed to the traditional farming. And you can see how far he has moved. He's a very rich man now. He's selling 900 liters of milk per day. And although the price of milk is low in that area because there's a lot of milk, he gets 21 million shillings a month. In a year, he gets 250 million. And most of the families in the cattle corridor have changed.
Ngekali ana ida ada ngulu ange baren. Anini emetere nge baren alokopo Uganda kamaga. Apua tunida ada apua runda ada ngako kile kilongol.
They are quite prosperous now.
Arai ngetunga ngulu barito ngulu enezavi.
But I'm glad even here in Karamoja, some people have listened to our message.
Abana ngone ketala karito tariane ala karimojong. Eyanga tuangule bekira deke agwapaken. Ona etatanyo.
There's a man I found in Abim whom I liked so much.
Abala biena nyo torunge de Abim. Ayetu wana nini apa ni obunge de ekatodi ya ne dinkeng. Abu ekatala kano we anguna itiya.
Mr. Korea Dick Ogira, I am a model farmer in Abim district.
We shall summarize his message later.
My village here is called Arangetoy West. Arangetoy Parish, Abuk Town Council, Abim district in Karamoja. The mango trees you are seeing here were given to me by the president through Operation Wealth Creation. I received 200 mango seedlings, and I planted all, and they are all doing well. Apart from this venture, I got money from PDM last year. I got 880,000. And I used 800,000 for buying 10 goats. And the goats are there. They have multiplied. They are now 16. Part of the money of PDM I used for buying cassava stems. Through that money, I've managed to plant 2 acres of cassava. They are now doing well. The first acre I intend to harvest next year in January. Then for the mangoes, you are seeing, I started harvesting last year in 2023. The first harvest, I got 6 million. That was in June. Then second harvest in November, I got another 6 million. So last year, from these mangoes, I got 12 million shillings. I've been selling to the people around. Actually, Soroti Fruit Factory has booked this mango. They want me to take these mangoes tomorrow, 2025, to the factory. Actually, I've been selling locally. I've been selling 1 at 500 shillings, 2 1,000. And people are buying. These mangoes are very good. The mangoes trees you are seeing here are giving me money, a lot of money. And I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Kaguta Museveni, for coming up with the idea of Operation Wealth Creation in the country. This is money. I am not going to suffer. My children will not suffer because of this wealth. I call it wealth now. I always invest. I don't invest mango. I invest money, not mangoes. So I want to thank our president so much. And next year, if all goes well, I expect to get 18 million first harvest. And then second harvest, I also expect to get 18 million next year, 2025. So altogether, I expect to get 36 million shillings. And this money I will use for paying fees for
now
my children.
That man is not in Europe. He's not in America. He's here in Karamoja.
Abala Papa President, ekilengolo ikupete de rorongol. Mamunyarai Nakwap Ulaya Yay. Meretari Wachi Yay Karamoja to money.
Just by listening to the humble message of Yoweri Museveni.
Nai Araicha Angaraki Apupokin Kaki Guapakin Macron Pataka Ona Mai Engainga on it Yoweri Kabuta Museveni
Is now a rich man.
Tokona Aruria Habaran Kotera Kipupakrot Guapakin.
He took seriously the seedlings we were giving everybody in Operation Wealth Creation, and you see how it has changed his family.
Ani apagina koruneren kito ulering ediak. El korunona kwap agungevi yang akrono pera bolia.
Last year he earned 36 million.
No,
last year he earned 12 million.
Abala geuninge oriamono nga milioni nga tomono ngari.
From the first harvest.
Aloto ma nek ngari.
Banyankole call it omjugeijo. When something is delivering for the first time, normally the performance is not as good as later.
Abanyevi ngene tengaria amana kedi angol amani kwerikeng aboko ikachi alokobu angana nyankole awori arengena nyetakawle kingarin amamnya nye tiroko kwa ngulu wapaginete. But the second year is going to get 36 million. Nai ani rimuni nabo ekaru agoto abungani ale muni ya gelari to prozinge delinga to dolonga to munya ankan kape na milioni.
I want to see whether my people have got somebody from Napak as an example.
Abala achamita ke akirari ke ya igo tungana nini araunya ke tawadi kinet anini kiya ne Napak ani gona
Do you have anybody from Napak?
Abala digina ngawina ka puri yara yang tangi ta ka go to Napak ini were wani
my staff. Okay, let's see the one of Nakapiripirit.
Ani kya ngopita ne anga na jina ka puri to repikidi ay radi.
I am called Lokong Emmanuel from Kakamokwe, Naturum Parish, Lorege Sub-County under Namalu and Nagapriprit District. When I stopped from my studies, I sat home for around 3 years when I was not doing anything with either government. Little am I knowing, God will bring the way of rescuing the helpless. When it reaches around 2020, a rumor of PDM came, and we were the first people to receive money from Nakapriprit. I received $1 million. I rented 4 acres of land, and I was able to harvest 14 bags. Now from my harvest, I sat down, I see my left and right of myself. I just say, God has given me this reward. I picked 10 bags. That's 1,000 kilograms. I took it to Sorot market. They bought a kilo at 1,700. Out of the number of bags I took there, I was able to get 1,700,000. When I came back, I have a friend of mine. He has not got, he's having wisdom, he's having knowledge concerning how to rear these things. Because he was once assisting someone from those ends of Kampala, rearing these pigs. He instructed me that you misusing money in other businesses. You introduce about the piggery project. And I bought 5 pigs, at 80 out of 1.7. Which is equivalent to 400,000. I remained with 1.3. I picked 700,000 for buying the land. Now I remain with 600,000 out of 1.7. I remain with 600,000. Actually, I top it to my small business. I first used it for around 2 months, 3 months. Later on, now I will really, live when you are moving. Because of having no market in our place here, and all my pigs, they are 20 in number, because I have a target of accumulating these things, these pigs of mine. Because I saw my mother's land, my home here, has no house, which is either semi-permanent house or permanent house. That's why I was still struggling with my possibilities of accumulating these pigs here. Up to that time, it reaches time for me to sell some. I build my house in the front here for operating the business. We in Karamoja here, as we don't have customers.
So Lokong borrowed 1 million shillings from PDM.
Pupete Lokong ulu pupete abu kelepa edelenga million alo PDM.
He had nothing.
Amambura yakari peidang.
He had left S4 and he had been sitting at home.
Adirikeviomo sini apo tobo mulore boy yara boy.
So when he heard of the PDM money, he applied.
Ani raja tamara bubere bo boy PDM. Toloto ngedida kegere kilele danga abarwai.
When he got it, he didn't even have land, his own land.
Ani ria muninge delenga amamkata ni aranga lup.
So he rented 4 acres of land from somebody else.
Abu toloto ke panga ngea kai ngomon anini aikia tunganan.
And he planted something I have never heard of called grams.
Mini ke pitaki iborengi eboko grams abalaka diko anga da nyaira de ke boko grams na I ruoro ngi abala agbe pitaki borengi.
And he harvested 14 bags.
Ani adoli akilem ilele guni ya etomon.
And he sold 10. And got 1.7 million shillings. Somebody who had just borrowed 1 million now had 1.7 million in a very short time. And then somebody advised him, say, you buy pigs. So the one part of the 1.7 million, he used 400,000 to buy 5 pigs. Yesterday we were with him. He has now got 100 pigs now. He's now an aberrant. So the appeal of the NRM to all of you. Please, yes, Octopor Aquap is there, the Tamak Road, what we are trying to bring and also increase. But please concentrate on Abaru in your house. And I have a model farm, small farm for the government. Let me show it to you.
My name is Dr. Maurice Uchien. I am a commissioner by appointment, deployed at State House, and I've been assigned by the President to execute the 4-acre model. and I've put them so far in 10 regional zones in the country. Now, the 4-acre model is an idea conceived by the President to guide our farmers on how to utilize their small acreages of land so that they can earn more money through intensive farming. And here we are talking about enterprises that have good yields and high income for their household. So we have the fish farming, which is one of the enterprises that can be done near the water without interfering with wetland and tampering with water flow. Then we have the zero grazing unit. On the other side, we have the coffee, we have the banana, and also a household needs food crops as 1 acre plus fruits. So this idea of the 4-acre model is to support income for the household. And as I will go into the small mathematics, you will know that it's capable of pulling somebody out of poverty. Now, specifically on the fish pond, here is about 20 by 50 meter pond, 1,000 meters squared. After finishing the excavation, we stock 10,000 fish. We feed it for about 8 to 9 months. In the north, which is warmer, the fish grow faster. And in the west, which is a little cold, you add 1 more month to reach the same quantity of grams. So by that time, the fish will be about 800 grams to 1.5 kilograms. In the market, the fish which is 1 kilograms or 800 grams here costs about 10,000 shillings. So having stock here 10,000 fish, by 10,000, somebody will get 100 million in 1 year. And then when you subtract other cost of managing, which is roughly 30 million, somebody can be able to save 70 million
now you can
on
hear,
this fish pond.
You can hear my small farm in Lango. This is not in Europe. It is not in America. It is here. Post office box, Lango. I have a few activities there. I have 1 acre of coffee. 1 acre of bananas. 1 acre of fruits. Then some 8 cows in the shed. But also fish farming. Now from the fish farming alone, my people are getting 100 million shillings. So I am appealing everybody that please chase each and from your home. Now this is the third word, third contribution. Ekivir, number 1. Number 2, Octopor Aquap. Number 3, Abaru. But there's another word which I cannot go without telling you. This is etich. Because you hear people talking of etich, jobs. Nobody bothers to inform us where the jobs come from.
a bongo kini atamara itorunu ni etengiti chizio ngule limito wani ngulongetai.
Let me show you where the jobs come from.
Eka tatamiki na eko na eka tachaiki ni rotini ngule apone ani atangiti chizio.
Let's see a young minister from Bunyoro.
Welcome to Kamai Demonstration Farm. My name is Fred Biamukama. I'm a member of Parliament of Bugangezi West Constituency, Kakumiro District. We are now at our 4-acre demonstration farm. The land we have here is approximately 4 acres. This is a farm we started 2 years back here, 2.5 years back. And on this farm, we have a half acre of pineapple, has 6 cows for zero grazing. We have poultry, about 25,000 birds, but only 11,000 are giving us eggs. And we have 1 acre of grass. We have piggery, those are very many. And 1 acre of coffee mixed with banana. Where we are, this is the 4-acre model farm. I did this activity to teach my voters, to lead by example, so that my voters can learn what measure the president tells the public. This is an initiative I learned from the president sometime back when he sent me to learn to Kaumu, to Kisozi. I copied what I copied, this is what I came up with. And you will see as we move, or that side, this side, that's my 4-acre model farm. The house as well. You don't sleep here, but if I would sleep here, the house as well is seated on this 4-acre model farm. When you look at poultry, out of the 25,000 birds, it's only 11,000 giving me eggs. Others are soon giving me, and I get 302 trays per day minimally, because 11,000 birds are supposed to give me 366 trays. But because of the feeding method of deep litter, I don't get all the eggs. I get 302 trays per day minimally. Then I sell in a month, you can get a net profit of 55 million, because you get 108 million, but you can't get all that. You have to buy feeds, pay workers, pay electricity. You remain with 55 million net pay. When you get the cows per month, these are 6 cows. Each cow minimally gives you 20 liters. So when you get 20 times 6, that's 120 liters per day. 120 liters per day, for us a liter here is 2,000, because we sell each cup at 1,000. So you get 2,000 times 120, you get 24,000 per day. So 24,000 per day, when you multiply, you get about 7.6 million per month. But 7.6 million per month, you cannot save it. You have to get 200 to pay these workers, sometimes even the drug for spraying. That is zero grazing, you spray for ticks and other things. At the end of the day, you remain with a net profit of 6 million from the cows for zero grazing. So this is our grass. Here, 1 acre of grass. This 1 acre is enough feeding our 6 cows. And our cows are feeding well with this grass we have. When you get like the half an acre of pineapple per harvest, you get about 4.5 million, and I harvest twice a year. You will see, even as now, there are those which I can harvest for my friends to take. When you look at the piggery, in a month, I can get about between 150 and 180 piglets. But those I don't sell, I give to my neighbors to prayer. When you look at coffee, we normally harvest 12 million. We normally harvest 12 million from 1 acre, because we're just starting up the harvest. We had the first harvest, and when you get about 12 million, but when you irrigate very well, and you have fertilizer, you get between 18 and 24 million. From 1 acre, coffee alone minus banana. And this banana, at the end of the month, you can get about 1 million, 1.8 million. But I don't sell my banana, I use it for eating. So I simply get my coffee to ensure the other 12 million I'm telling you, which you are getting from this 1 acre, because we have tested it where you receive. And here,
That's what I wanted you to see. This young man started implementing our message 3 years ago. Four acres, 1 acre of coffee, 1 acre of fruits, bananas, and also some cows in the shed.
Abala nye kai ngomono bon eya ne ngaraito eya ine ekawa kore mwanyi eya ka ne ge ngye baren eya ine ge mototo,
but also poultry.
Ai ni kenyi dang e kwa nkokori eya to mane peine
and piggery.
Ni pege dang ne peine.
He gets a lot of pigs, but he gives them out free to his constituency people. So what he sells are the eggs and the coffee and the bananas and the milk. From the eggs alone, he gets 108 million per month. But when he deducts food for the poultry and all that, he remains with 55 million shillings profit.
Ana yela maruala delinga alu imuje to robonga barina dang imuje to ngokoro idang iboro ngule atachere ngatonga ani kelo to ngulu do ngete idonga pa idanga milionini atomo nikana ankan.
In a year, that is like 700 million shillings from eggs alone and profit.
Nai ani edo ngeta kini akaru to da pa delinga alu nga milionini ngame anga kanikari.
Without including the coffee and the others. But what I wanted you to see are the people he's employing now. Let's see those people again. This young man who had no job himself is now employing 26 people.
Olena yong ekilengolo aloka ngalupangun apa mangin ngetunga atomani yari ankan kapi enyamete muchara aloto magitiya amani koreken.
So the Abaru of Biamkama has now created ethics for other Ugandans.
Ekilengolo nyar tangel Biamkama aloto ma akukoral nutukeng. Atolom aloto amanguna itiange atolom ngitichizio potere ngetunga nguluche nguluto wana itiete nyamete muchara anini ke.
Even Lokong, the one who we saw a little while ago from Nakapiripirit, is now employing 5 people.
Tari ledia ngolo takabo ko Lokong anaka pirit ngole ruora anini e yakarin keti yakamule nyamete ngene anini ke nguluti yaite aranga tunga ngekan.
So if you want to know where ethics comes from, it comes from Abaru.
Anai wanulu ekengeta nini yangi tichizio. Elo munete aloto ma akipite bari. Elo munye tichaneni pianini.
This is now Abaru of commercial agriculture.
Araito kanana ga Abaru ngena akipite ngebarene kangi kinyom. Aloto ekwa kichuruta
on a small scale.
Nai geuni chayo mono anini pedorite nineri niko.
Let's see the factories.
Enwalegene na bo neni angacho ma ngona itata itengi boro. Akaide na buru ko na angacho ma. Enwalegele lo dinema.
First freeze there. What you can see there is a town of factories.
Arai mona ngaunta yalang ariniok arai neni lomito ngakai oneni lomito neni tatairing boro
ni ambale
ele ngulu iloso mbale yanga grongono yanga kaidimono to etawni mbale.
All those are new factories created by the NRM.
Alo mari beringin dadang nyo ngacho mai wat are NRM au ningi tataingul dadang ilele bangetuane ni tiete tiama.
Now here we have gone inside one of the factories. Freeze it there. Freeze it.
Abalaki to go mona de nama. Kengwali na moni right to ma nyeje to ma itete ni merini.
That is inside one factory.
To ma pe ke na guro ne factory pe ngezi ngolobon.
Now you see how many young people are working there.
Kengwali na ni tiange doro. Ani mulu itiyaete. Mulu etingi ariteti. Alo to ma.
So when people talk of ethics, tell them that you don't confuse us. Museveni was here, he showed us where ethics comes from. The other day with Mama, we were coming from Moroto after the rally, and we saw a big number of young people coming from the other factory, which is still coming up. Now, those who confuse you talk of government jobs.
Government
jobs are very few. If you put together all the government jobs, they are 480,000. But these factories which have just started coming, are already employing 1.3 million Ugandans. They are employing 3 times more Ugandans than what the government is employing. So therefore, this is the 4th contribution NRM has done to Uganda. There are 3 other contributions, but they are all in the manifesto. NRM teams are coming, they will bring them to you. I want to end today by talking about the issue of free education in government schools. For a long time, I wanted free education in government schools. From 1996. And for some years, children studied free in the schools. I've got a number of people who came through that system. But the school managers kept bringing back charges. Until now, when everything is money.
Pakana Pepana, Arui Beradang, every Lingabon, every ETI.
You had Lokong here saying how he had left school because he had no money.
He right to tell the Lokonga Bala, Abungi, Obumulore, Anarai, Ama Abutada Unia Lemonia, in the Leon Tachete school.
Because I was not convinced that changing money is necessary, I decided to start my own experiment.
Angona nupitoring a Nike Yaraka Nya mama poida akitata change de akiviom abunge viviake eke rukulo ingedelope arage to diginet.
Another experiment, because I have already done a number of others in Chisozi and other areas.
Abange vi akataki ngevi tarekopa Uganda amanya aguntoring ngevi adopana ngezi rukulo mulinya tacho.
So I started skilling hubs, and one of them is right here in Napak here.
Abana yi epe rukulu molo abunge natama epedor tenga ta akiviom pe tacho abunge ya ukare mojong ewuya Napaka ne pe ane yelo kitede,
where I trained the children free of cost.
Eni ezemi rukulu molo emampe tacho.
And whether I don't know whether some of my graduates are here.
Bala to kona engi tata mari yamo kona ngekalo mona kalo zukulu alo kalo ya angolo nyata jwa ulo alo kitede yanguli apiete ania ebiche yakade.
If they are here, they can come and give us some testimony.
Abana yakadi ko anike yakade ngekalo mona kalo zukulu alo angole ide kini ngezi atamari to dio ma pe tacho.
One boy and one girl are enough.
I'm by the name Zanyago Helen from Napak. I want to appreciate His Excellency and Mama Janet Museveni.
Speaking the local language, they will translate for me. Speaking the local language.
Your Excellency, I've forgotten the language because I've been traveling.
Oh, okay. Speak. Speak English then.
I want to thank His Excellency for skilling me. I was a mother of 3 kids. I dropped out from school from P6 and I joined the hub. I want to thank you so much because in the hub, for us we don't pay anything. We eat for free. Even beddings are there, bed sheets are there. No one should lie you that you have to pay something to join the hub. The hub is for free and food is there. I want to thank the state controller, Madam Jane, for making sure that people don't sleep hungry in the hub. And I want to thank you very much because as for now, me I did tailoring from the hub there, but now I'm also employing the young mothers, 3 of them. And through the work, Your Excellency, I also have my challenges. I have a challenge of a locking machine because at times we get an order of making uniforms for churches. But you find that the work goes slow because I only use these machines. Thank you, Your Excellency, for God and my country. Museveni!
Translate for in the local language.
When I go again, abala abungezi Ochagunya lo sukulu eringaranga klavianga kanikape ibon. Abunge nabotari oriamu ngedwe ngiuni. Kiriwane ringare. Ani ngonya ngari sukulu logo ngolaya uni papa president. Abunge vi oloma lo sukulu logo. Oriama odo ena kaari donyo ngelawe. Toko na etiya ngila donyo ngelawe. Eponene te taringi kanidai ata mari todo donyo ngelawe. Ado nyingevi kakwana nini etiya ngevi aka yina etiya ngevi ezi tiya na bongevi anyarao na bonge ngetuangi uni ule atachi ngevi akangara ngevi abana hii yake onizadio ama machine na ina tamare ya utungelo ulalala tanta machine na eruono we na burbura ngelo we ona talakana ngi papa president anguna kaina ngevi alolom aya kauto malo skullo nyeta cho mambo yake moje yai ele ya makro anyara etala ka ringa pukano woi papa president.
Okay, let's hear the boy.
Museveni oye! Museveni oye! Anagam oye! Atalaka ite akapolo Museveni. Angana kaya on.
You will summarize. Let him speak.
Okay.
Let him speak. You will summarize later.
Alaka kaya on abu toma Karamoja. Abu yom paka senior 4. Batana ya ngeta kini paka senior 6. Tonga pa ni alu ya kai. Abu boy kilo de epigadu. Am to na pada ta alu school. Atuna ki ya no way. Lakini abu ya ayata yaona program na ka abu toma na paka ni. Atiki ata kaya ka de apply nga. Abu na iti ayo. Ayaka pa ka district ni apa na ka shima kineta. Ana ya kaidia na abama. Eke dia ona nga jok. Bota da ye to mama. Am wedi ki ki dia ki diom. Abu ada ta kim na ka ki gungu moto. Abu nga pedo atko na kim na ka ki bu. Ngisholongo. Ama toka da na ka ora ta ta ki walinga ka piri dia ko walinga. Apiri dia ta ka polon. Ka janda nyen. Akato de kinet. Ye ki nga ma ni da wo na da ya on toma. Kaya wa nini keng kana kita laka dengin ayana kinang apa kana kat ko na kiyarna kama rinda apa abuang anikai ka kama obuki ngane ngebo iki lakini elimot akwa ndetish akabati kya ngat ko ndetish ala to me daktai to ma lakte etia ada le chini ngamato kai ke yalo tia na abuang apa dia ada patin nyawa ka sia tungan akil na da ngat ko nya kan ane ade akapolo ni ngirabu akana jang akilingin pa yenya ambo da yenya noi abala ko ndi muka ka nanga sia mogo ngebe ko na akilingin bon lakini amam to uriana akapolo ni bolengi no we ngitanga be je mipaka ngare apata na ditu ya shatikat Abu otugwa kero tangole uriana kakra ki dolo Kampala otugwa ne plana lo kitede Abu apedo tokana eti angala bio inkani kauni ala to me daktai kana ide ta changi dilinga eti ya to ma akata jishalu akata shu lakini engiri akapula peibon akngata kinet apeda kidia tu ningi dilinga luela ngito ngame ankan ape one ajo nya to mani lakini akabwita anga rai neni etia yo bon kana peda akitia ningi dilinga tak ngata kiningi tunga ulusiara kepelegi akapolo ngata kena ebi ape milion ngame ankan bon agawane akakia ta entani atala ke dia no way aga areke an ala de kapolon anade boye agolo kime an entani
Your Excellency, the testimony of the youth is that he had dropped out of school at all level and he had nothing else to do except to stay at home. But when the program of the skilling hub, the idea that he could get back to the school and enhance his knowledge, he went to the district and he was privileged to be given an opportunity to apply. Now, once in the school, he enrolled for carpentry and welding skills, which he has since completed and acquired. After the course, he came out and he is now an employee of Matany Hospital in the area of welding machines, including vehicles, vehicle repair. And he says, if there was an opportunity, some of these exhibits, he has come with some exhibits, but he is appealing to the population that he is so useful. Some of them have broken utensils at home, and that they should find him within Matany town, and he can repair their household utensils. Then, of course, he says he still wants to open a workshop for himself. Currently, he has saved 500,000 from the current employment. His desire is to acquire a capital of 1.5 million Uganda shillings so that he sets his own workshop and invites other youths to come and join him. And the rest of the message is telling the people is that for him he had thought this new status of his, being able to repair vehicles, to weld, to do carpentry. He thought it could not be done anywhere apart from going to Chambogo in Kampala, which was too far from him. But now he's here standing before all of us to testify that this knowledge he has acquired was right from here, within Napak, within the reach of the population. And he's very grateful to His Excellency the President for bringing this opportunity and hope to the young people of this land.
My appeal now to all of you NRM supporters is that in the next government, we should insist on free education in government schools.
Balana itokana ayeni atamari ada raka zingulukang alato ama pukani ngana taparaj elomuni ikida ngana rikagina wana za uningezi ama ikena tolojiki na ngana ka atamari tozio mange do epe atachete school.
Because this money, the school charges are really murder against our children.
Abala Papa President, anarai, aki waki ni etashit, ikuana kakiara ngebiara kakiara.
Because you can see how easy it is to destroy the future of these young people like these ones here.
Ekingwaliki na yata mari, makra wana yauni etashit. Arai nene arai ake tonga piar akiyara angedwe erokaya dijak ekwa ngulupe ikwana engwali kide dalang areni kubiane piane.
Like these young people, they had no hope.
Nedwe ngulu roralang areni yokaneke arai ngulu abu kirioneri ngari.
But when I gave them a course of just 6 months,
nai abalaka ziko ani ayauni la kibyo mwana aranga na ngela pianga kape make.
They become very productive people.
You
can see what they are doing on the products they are producing. Some of these products, Uganda was importing them from China, from Dubai, from Italy. Now, the shoes, the furniture, the hospital beds, some of them we are being imported.
Toko na ngamuk una itia wane. Ngeke ada ngulo epotio to ngaberu. Kangi kicholongo ngabelai ngareke ada adang. Arai ngeboronglo ayu ni alo kinganyi muchuru.
Now they are all being made here in Napak after just 6 months.
Na ngeboronglo ada lu pani wa omene tengi muchuru aya ngajipi. Toko na itata wane aloki dingi Napak.
You can see therefore the damage these school charges are doing by blocking so many young people.
Ingolekina ngichan ngulu edikino akiwa kini teta akitacha akiziom auni lodwe akingalange.
Therefore my words for today are the contributions of the NRM, 4 of them.
Ngona eke wonitino hoy etogogongit arai akronga umon ona ipeludine uliarika kanarem.
Ekivil number 1.
Ekivil ngedingareni.
Aktopor Akwap number 2.
Akitopol Akwap ngedigwapa gini Ekivil.
Abaru number 3.
Abaru ngedinanga uni.
Etich number 4.
Ane ni yamuno retich ngedinanga umon.
And free education number 5. So I appeal to you to support NRM. So that we consolidate what we have done. And do more. Now, before I finish, I want to thank Mama. When she volunteered to come to Karamoja, she's the one who volunteered. Another minister whom I had appointed had declined.
Abala akemata adarukenge ayeleke minister ngola diringe dikale mata mari orukutu kanye dikare mojong nai abungolo kikutukutu ododana yakemata tamari abunyara nyebi.
They had said that appointing that person to Karamoja was a demotion.
Amare ebe ani ko cholo tamarai aye minister ngola kangare ni nyeguna akemata.
But Mama volunteered to come and be. And she made a big contribution, especially in 2 areas. Especially in the area of water, including the dams, and in food security. When she was here, Karamoja was beginning to sell food to Mbari. Now, when she was here, some of the dams finished were at a check. At a check, Earth Dam, 2.1 billion liters. Nakumama, Valley Tank. Now we are planning Lopei. 135 billion liters. The dams are good. But where we are going, we are going to see how to have individualized water.
Abala aloru angulu alangarin, alakara ngule ponta alangarin. Chamitai, Toriamana Taringa Kipi, Enia, Toriamana Nato Angule Chamito, Akacha Matata in Tolokana.
Like Lokong, the one you saw there. Those pigs of his can't go to the well. He needs water near the house. Or as you saw Yamkama irrigating his garden. So, we are going to have already told the government how to work out that massive plan of individualized water supply for especially for production.
Abanyevi ekikake to aka pukana da alimokin atamar kede baka epitengolo eziakinere alemono ngama tatai akidi chavia akipit ikinyom oringa pamwa na kwa pinio. So I thank you, the people of Napak. I call upon you to support the NRM. The rest will be done. I saw some pledges here. PPS, they are talking of pledges of Matani Hospital. These are all pledges. Get in touch with the chairperson who was speaking so that you get the facts and we solve those problems. I've also been hearing about the cows which were raided from protected kraals. PPS, that must be handled by the Attorney General. Those old cases must all be resolved. Alakaranoi. NRM oye. Napak oye. Karamoja oye. Uganda oye. East Africa oye.